guys, I'm here quickly. I think I've got this figured out, why it was making the screen so small. So I am going to repost my video from yesterday. So please let me know if it has fixed the problem. As I said, I think I know why it was posting or converting it so small. So fingers crossed you will see it in a bigger screen. Thanks guys, bye. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Kel Stitches. This is a place where I talk about all things cross stitching, and today is Flosstube number 62, and it is Monday the 13th of January 2025. This is my first whip update of the new year. So at the end of my whip parade, I did pull out my whips that I was going to work on in this rotation, and it was only going to be a shorter rotation, which was a week and a half. So, but I did manage to get everything worked on, which was good. So I would just like to say welcome if you're a new viewer. I hope you enjoy what you see and what I have to show you, and thank you to any returning subscribers. Very much appreciated. If you're still here after the craziness of my Flossmas videos, I thank you very, very much. I obviously annoyed a few people with the craziness because I did lose a few viewers, a few subscribers, but you know, these things happen. So yeah, let's just get straight into what I have worked on, hey? So the first one that I worked on was this one. It's called Autumn Blessings, and it is a Shannon Christine Designs. Obviously it is a new start for me this year. I started up here in the left hand corner. Now that's what it'll look like when it is completed. And where are we? Yep. I'm in my lounge room today filming, so we will see how this goes. Oops. Just lost my needle minder because my floss ring was stuck to it. Alright, so there is no before picture because it was a new start, but this is where I got with it. So I worked on this for one day and I got 1,400 stitches into it. And as I said, I started up here in the left hand corner. This is 18 counts. Yes, 18 count fabric that I just dyed myself in a tan color. But yeah, that is what it's looking like. So what I am going to do with it is I'm just going to work square by square. So as you can see, I completed this square with the sunflower. I've got nearly, yeah, I've got all the white done nearly across the top. So once I finish across the top here, I will then move into this square and do the pumpkins in here. And then of course I'll move across and do this one. Then I'll probably I might head down underneath and go that way. But I will just do those. And it's only small. It is 130 by 130. So it's not a huge whip at all. Like that is the size of the fabric. So pretty much I think that I could get this done this year. So, but yeah, that is 1,400 stitches into it, and it's an easy pattern to work from. So, all right. The next one that I worked on was this one called Wild. Now this is the last of a trio that I got from Etsy from a store called 2x2 Stitch Art. You can buy them separately, but I just bought them in a pack of 3, in a bundle of 3. So I have completed the other 2, but this is the last one that I have got to work on. This one here. Now, I will put in a picture of where it was before, because I do have a before picture of this one. And this is where I'm up to. So I've worked in all this darker teal here. What I'm doing now on Pattern Keeper is just going from least amount of stitches to most amount of stitches. I think I've only got 3 colours left on this. But the last colour has like over 2,000 stitches in it. So it's still going to be a little while before I finish it, but I'm pretty sure that I can get this one done this year as well. Now, I worked on this for one day and I got 700 stitches into it, as I said, just up in this dark teal up through here. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now, I've used, and this is just on a spare bit of 16 count Aida. Now, I've used all of the called for colours except for in here, in the arrow and in the word. I used Etoile. 5200, I think it is. Etoile blank. So, pretty much just a sparkly white, and I have used it in the other 2 as well. Okay, moving on to the next one, which was this one here, called Mini Top Frog. Artwork is by Jodie Bergsma and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is just the regular version, it's not max color or anything like that. That's what it'll look like when it is completed. Where are we? Still haven't fixed the zip on this bag. I will have to get around to doing that. I don't know if I'm gonna itchy nose. Don't know if I'll just replace the zip on it or whether I will just put a bit of what do you call that stuff? Velcro on it. Okay, so I've got to pop this off because this is where we're up to now. So the last time that you've seen it, I'd still had a little bit to fill in here, which I've obviously done, and I have moved across to start on heading down this side. So that is as wide as it's going to get. Obviously there's another page over this side, but that is where I've currently got up to with it. And I stitched on this for one day and I got 900 stitches into it. All of that there, just dark green, which I just carried over because that was the colour that I finished off this page with, so I just carried over and kept stitching with it, which was all right because it will give me a start, like a point for any of the confetti stitches and stuff like that that's in there. But yeah, it is looking really good. If you want to see the full thing of it, go back and watch my whip parade where I show you the whole piece. Now that's just being stitched on a 16 count Aida using all the called for colours. sort of in an awkward position. I'm stuck between on my lounge and well, this is actually where I sit to stitch. I usually sit over here where this basket is. As you can see, there's my lamp on my floor stand, my Gus floor stand. So usually I sit over here in the corner, but yeah, but this is in the road and I'm sort of keep bumping into it. Rightio, let's just move on to the next one. Now, next one I stitched on was this. It is called Protector. The artwork is by Katie Lipscomb and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. I am not stitching the background, I am just doing the colours. I'll put in a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to. So I was just finishing off, no hang on, where were we? We were over here. So I finished off the few stitches that were over here and finished all that off. And then I've moved across and started on the other side and got 1,700 stitches into this over 2 days. It's looking pretty good. This is just being stitched on 18 count Aida that I dyed myself in this apple green. I do have more of this fabric dyed because there's two I think it is, two other pieces that are going to be companion pieces of this when and if I eventually get around to stitching them. Right, the next one I worked on was this one. Now it's called Shaped Wolf. The artwork is by Greg Giordano and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And that's what it'll look like when it is completed. And this is where I'm up to with it. So as you can see, I've put in quite a bit of work and got this wolf, his muzzle coming in here. This is his nose and that's his mouth. The mouth is opened and where he's snarling. So yeah, I've got that wolf happening there. And I got 1,400 stitches into this over 2 days. And once I've finished this page, I will move down and finish off the leg. Once I'm finished that column of pages, I will move across and do a column of pages over on the front of the wolf. But yeah, so that is looking pretty good. I'm happy with the progress that I've got on this so far this year. I love watching everything come in, and it starts out with just bits and pieces of colours here and there. Well, the way I stitch anyway, because I stitch by the page and I just choose a colour and go with it over the whole page and just keep doing that. So to start off the page, it seems to be that you just have a lot of confetti stitches or stitches everywhere over the page, but once it starts coming together like that, you can start seeing everything in position. So, and that is being stitched on, I think it's 16 count or it could be 18 count, Ada that I dyed myself in the terracotta colour. Next one that I worked on was Tiger Lily. The artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is one of my Crystal Club kits that I bought with one of my vouchers. I think it was it wasn't last year because I started this last year. It was in 2023 I bought this one. And I've got the Leopard Gaze one as well. There's a couple of others in the series that if Sarah gets around to charting them, I will probably buy them as well, so they're all as one. But yeah, that is what it'll look like when it is completed. 10 years down the track, more than likely. And this is where I am up to with it. So I've finished off that eye and I've moved into the next page. I am trying to gauge if the other eye comes in on this page or not. I don't know. I suppose I'll have to wait and see with that when I get, really don't like holding it that side. Have to wait and see when I get around to stitching or getting over here. But I think, if I'm correct, the other eye will come in here somewhere. But look at that eye, isn't it amazing? Like if you get up really close, it still looks freaking amazing. But yeah, it is, I love this piece. And I started in the middle, as I do all of my full coverages. I love starting in the middle because you get to the focal point of the piece quicker. I know it leaves all your background and that till last, but if you, I think if you work it out, you can sort of start in the middle, move across, do some background, come back, do some more middle, you know. So I did start in the middle. I finished those 2 middle pages and then I was going to move across to the edge, but the partner said he wanted to see the eyes come in, so that's where I went to. I went up and done the eyes. So there's the first eye. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. It's looking amazing. And I seem to be right in my rhythm so far this year. I seem to be getting some good stitch counts in, even though some days I'm only working on them for like 2 or 3 or between 2 to 4 hours, the days that I work anyway. So yeah, and that is being stitched on 18 count fabric with DMC because it was the kit and Sarah uses all DMC floss. Rightio, the next one that I worked on was Daydream Sea Turtles. The artwork is by Sheena Pike and it is charted by Charting Creations. This is what it'll look like when it is completed. I am currently up in this corner stitching on those leaves. So this is where I'm up to. I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it. As you can see, I've put a little bit more into the leaves, but a lot of it's down here working into this purple. So I'm at the point that I am just picking the next symbol that's in this leaves down here and working over the page. This is actually one and a partial page. That is not the full size of a page. Full size of a page is about that. But I thought I might as well work over the full page and the partial just to do it. So yeah, that's looking really good, and it's just being stitched on, I think it's 16 count. And again, if you want to see the full bit of stitching that I've got, go back and watch my whip parade. But I'm loving working on this one at the moment as well. So yeah. So that was my 7 that I pulled for my rotation. And I do know that in my whip parade I said I was not going to start any more projects, any new starts, except for the ones that I had worked out. Oh, that's kind of changed already. I know I said that I was thinking of, like, if I finished some pieces in the first 3 months, like to the end of March, that I would probably start new ones. And then I changed my mind and said no, I wasn't going to do that because I would like to get more stitches in on my full coverage pieces. Well, that didn't last very long. So the daughter absolutely loves Beetlejuice. Absolutely loves it, much to the disgust of the son. He just can't understand it. And she's loved the movie since she was like 8 years of age. She absolutely loves it. I found a couple of Beetlejuice patterns that I am going to attempt to get done for her birthday or Christmas. So there are a couple of things. These are extras on top of my rotation. And then Autumn Lane Stitchery came out with a sale called Woodland Winter. And we all know what Autumn Lane Stitchery patterns are like. And it's a 5-part sale. We got our first part, and then it's 5 parts over. I went from the 5th of January to the end of February, I think it is. So we got our first part on the 5th of January. We will get our second part on the 15th. Now, I couldn't help myself. The title of it alone was enough to drag me in, Woodland Winter. So I kitted it up. And then I was like, no, I won't start it yet. I won't start it. I bought the pattern on the 1st of January and we didn't get our first release until the 5th. So I found a bit of fabric and I dyed it, and I went and got the required floss for it and what haven't you, and I wasn't going to start it. I was just going to have it sit there and do it when I got around to it. And then we got our first release, and I seen the first release, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute, I actually have to start it. So I did. So this is the first release completed. It had 2,511 full crosses in it. And then a little bit of back stitch, so you can see the back stitch in the door and the windows, and a couple of snowflakes and stuff like that. So I did start it, and I have completed number 1, like part 1, with a couple of days spare before part 2 comes out. And I managed to do this because I was still off work for majority of the time. So I managed to, I was only going to put 100 to 200 stitches a day into, a bit of fluffy hair sticking up, and it's annoying me. I was only going to put 100 to 200 stitches a day to get it done, but on a couple of the days I put like 500, 600, 700 stitches into it before I started on my other rotational stitching. So I finished it off today, part 1. So yeah, that is what it looks like. So this is still available at the moment on Autumn Lane Stitchery. So if anyone is now enticed by this, go and get it, because once it is released, I don't think it's going to be released on the website. This is just a limited edition sale. So we do have, I think there's another 4 parts. So I'm thinking that the next parts are going to, there's a section above and a section below. So I'm thinking that they're going to release them in halves. But yeah, how stinking cute does that look? I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping that they will do sales for the other 3 seasons as well, since this one's a winter one. I'm hoping that they are working on and going to do a spring, an autumn, a spring, a summer and an autumn sale. But yeah, it's so cute. I love it. I do actually love it. And it was funny because I'm stitching on this and the partner comes along and he goes, "What's this on? I haven't seen this on." And I've gone, and I didn't want to say anything. And he goes, "Is that a new one?" And I was like, "Yes, it is." And he goes, "You do realise that you don't have to start them all at once?" And I started laughing. And I was like, well, I kind of did, because this one's so stinking cute. Once I seen it, the release, I could not stitch on it. So yeah, that is going to be in my rotation regardless. So yeah, plans have gone out the window already, and we're only 13 days into January, which is kind of scary because that's halfway through the month already. So that is all my stitching. I have not added up how much stitching I have done over. I have not added up how much stitching I've done over that week and a half. Let me just quickly do that. But I did, as I said, I've got some decent numbers because I have still been partially off work. I didn't actually go to work and go back to work until the Wednesday just gone. So Wednesday the 8th was my first day back at work. Now the way our rosters are set at work, I went back on the Wednesday, I had the Thursday off. And then so I had the Wednesday off. No, I worked the Wednesday and I had Thursday off. And then I worked Friday, Saturday, and had a Sunday and today off, which worked out pretty well, I think. Sort of eased me back into going back to work. But come tomorrow, I am back into full 5 or 6 days a week. So we will see how my stitching gets affected by that. So in that week and a half, I got 10,681 stitches completed, and I think that's pretty good for a week and a half, but don't expect those type of numbers going forwards, because as I said, I'm back at work this week and it's probably going to be a little bit crazy. Alrighty go, so let me do my boards. So I have done my boards, restarted my boards. am I going to work this? Will this sit up here? Yes, it will, but then that's not going to work because I am a lefty. So let's see. Yeah, it's still not going to work, but anyway. Alrightio, this is my full coverage board. Top frog is there, and I got 900 stitches into it. Then we have protector, which is here. I got 1,700. Then we have shaped wolf, which is way over here, and I got 1,400 into that. Tiger lily is here, and I got 1,000 into that. And daydream sea turtles is right beside it, and I got 1,000 into that. So that is all of my full coverage ones done. So yeah. Now I am going to my other board is being used at the moment, so what I will do is I'm going to pull out my next 7 projects for my rotation. Right, there it is. So the first one is horse portraits. I'll just write them down as I'm going. Next one is legal high. So that is going to be a new start. That is Long Dog Sampler start. Legal high. Next one is Spirit Guides. Moonrise Song. Alright. 5th one is Mini Shaman. Still got 2 more. Let's see what we are working on. My Happy Mood Point sampler. And the last one is going to be Modern Folk Embroidery. Alright, let me just throw these all back into this bag. That should leave me with 7 for next rotation. 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. Alright. Now let me get this one. Okay. Nope. 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 Yes. So these are going to be the projects that I'll work on for the coming fortnight. We have Legal High by Long Dog Samplers. We have No Time Like the Present, which was the Modern Folk Embroidery sale for 2024. Got Horse Portraits. Spirit Guides by Laurie Prindle, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I have my Happy Mood Point Quaker sampler. I have Mini Shaman, also by Laurie Prindle, but charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And we have Moonrise Song Large Version, which is an Abraham Hunter artwork, charted by Artisy. So those are the 7 that I will be working on next week, or next fortnight I should say. We will see how much we get into them in that time. Alright, so my board, my small full coverage and non-full coverage board. Yes, it does say, what does it say? It's the style. It says throw up. It's a stylography. Throw up by Ginger. So yes, he stole my board to do that. Anyway, let's see if I can write these numbers on here and then he can rub it off without rubbing the numbers out. Alright. Autumn Blessings. Is this on here? 1,400. And Wild was 700. And I think that was all of them. I don't have anywhere to write down my Autumn Lane sale, which I'm not going to be writing down anyway, but I will still probably, once I complete it, I will still put $10 into my, what do you call that thing? Money box when it is completed. So yeah, that is now my graffitied board. There you go, you can take it and rub it off now. So, yeah. Alright guys, so that is everything. Once again, thank you for sticking around. I may try to get a Stitch With Me done in the next day or so, maybe. Possibly. Just talking about things that we've done over Christmas, places that we went, etc., etc. So, yeah. Yeah, so that is everything, guys. Thank you very much for sticking around. So, wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye.
Ginger!